The new engines and chassis combinations in the sport are going to create a lot of excitement. It's been a spec series for some time now, which is not really kind of the basis of IndyCar racing. There's always been a handful of manufacturers involved. The new chassis, some will develop it quicker than others. It'll be interesting to see how the three engine partners, who kind of wins that battle. So I think there's some interesting storylines around all the new equipment. Certainly Penske Racing and Ganassi Racing have been the most successful IndyCar teams here in the last decade. I'm sure that will continue, but with the new engine and chassis combinations, you have teams like KV, who will be putting Rubens Barrichello in the seat, who's an immense talent. So I think what you'll find is the guys that win races will continue to win races, but with the new engine and chassis combinations and new drivers, there's always going to be a surprise. So I wouldn't count Penske and Ganassi out, but I wouldn't say that the championship's clinched yet. Having fewer ovals won't really have a big fan impact. The most important oval, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, is still in late May, and that's the oval everyone wants to see. If you look back to IndyCar in its heyday, pre the split, there was a pretty decent blend of ovals, road courses, and street courses. So while this is a little bit low, I do think they'll add a couple in the not too distant future, but I don't see it having any material impact on viewership. The switch from Versus to the rebranding of NBC Sports will first and foremost be very good for the network itself. Ultimately, any content programming that takes place, such as IndyCar, should benefit, as I believe NBC will be putting a lot of resources against promoting the channel and ultimately the various shows, of which IndyCar is one of their most important. IndyCar having its own television show is a good thing, especially for your hardcore viewers, such as myself, who can't get enough of motorsports. So to have a show dedicated just to IndyCar racing, I see nothing but a positive coming from that. Detroit being added back into the IndyCar schedule is an iconic race, certainly a street race that's had tremendous success. I know Randy and the leadership over at IndyCar have a desire to do more street racing, such as Baltimore, which was a huge success. I hear Chicago being talked about, so I do think you'll see some more street racing, which is good, and that differentiates IndyCar from some of the other form of racing in America.